Butcher's World, Butcher's World, it's party time. Excellent. Butcher's World, Butcher's World, it's party time. Excellent.
Right now we're trying to make a square out of tape. It's a little bit difficult, especially if Daniel has no idea what he's doing at all. Actually, I don't either. But I'm gonna cut a hole in this brand new van today. Why do I always cut a hole in vehicles? Cut a hole in the brand new Sprinter. Remember I sliced my fucking finger open on one of these things? I'm not allowed to touch tools anymore. 48. Professional hole cutter. Might not be straight, but we're gonna get the fucking job done. Skill saw for people who have skills. So I don't know why I have this. I think this will work. Hopefully. Daniel, you're the woodman. What's the deal?
Push the little button by your thumb. Push that all the way to the
I've used this one time. See through it now. Yeah, you wanted to do this with a grinder. You want to turn some fans on? We're gonna get real dusted out here soon. You're up. Can't even fucking hear them. Here's raining right now. Still needs to go up. Still needs to go up. That was a pain in the ass. I can't hear shit. Man, that's a big fucking hole. Yeah. I think for not knowing what we're doing, it's kind of looking like we don't know what we're doing still. First time driving the new butcher rig. I've had this thing for like 3 weeks and never even drove it around the corner. Got a 12-foot Ford Transit box fan, brand new, with 80 miles on it. I just cut a big hole in it, put a concession window so we could sell shit out the side of it. And now we're headed to Home Depot so I can buy a toolbox. We're gonna have a toolbox with storage, all this shit. As you can hear everything in the back, it's kind of rattling around. But as soon soon this thing will be bitchin', dialed, ready event vehicle. So all kinds of shit out of it. We can go to more events and, you know, just make things easier on our end. Plus it'll look cool. Just got back from Home Depot. Bought bitchin' toolbox so we can store some leather goods. Basically gonna unbolt these wheels and then hard mount it right there, and then this will store all the leather goods, the keychains, the stickers, and all that shit. Alrighty, so we're back at the butcher den right now, and we're sitting in front of the new event rig, the Ford Transit box van that we're building out. So I have a date for this thing that we want it done by, which is I believe 18 days away. So we're gonna take this hopefully to the Milwaukee 115th anniversary and sell some shit out of it. But today's goal is to get the back wall all brick and everything bolted in and dialed. So we obviously have the window in now, and we can start on everything else. So wish us luck.
Gonna be rebracing the whole structure inside here. Use some real high quality, I don't know, 12 gauge steel. It'll work out nice.
Cutting more holes in brand new cars. I feel like that's happened like 3 other episodes. Hole right here, hole right there. Got a hole in Sprinter. Smart car. It's my profession. I think that's a wrap for today. I did pretty much everything that I wanted to do besides mount this. Cut the hole, mounted those, put the brick wall up, mounted the toolbox with the help of Jake and Daniel. Tomorrow we're building out a whole showcase right here. It'll have the leather goods displayed in it, the hats, fucking socks, all kinds of stuff. So it'll look kind of like a butcher shop. How we have the front of the butcher den, it'll look like that in here. So that was like the main goal. But we'll see what we can get done tomorrow. Day 300 on the new Butcher Den build. We're here today with my buddy Jeremy, JS Woodworks, and we're building out the whole display for the front. So it's gonna look kind of like a butcher shop meat display kind of thing. We went got all lumber, and we're kind of figuring out as we go. And then Smart Alex Designs is coming in, and we're gonna hand paint this motherfucker. So today is gonna be more building. This whole episode is gonna be building this fucking rig so we can get it done and start bringing it out to you guys. I'm excited. On top of this build, we're also building one of my buddies a tracker. So my buddy over at Milestone commissioned me to build him a bike, and I'm pretty stoked on that. So I ended up coming up on a 2002 Sportster with, how many miles does this thing have? 2,000? 2,000 original miles. So this thing's like pretty much the perfect candidate for every bike I like to build. So trackers, jump bikes, flat trackers, street trackers, everything. So we're gonna strip the whole thing down to frame, send it off to full throttle powder coating, come back and build a whole street tracker that's street legal and kind of has a race look, a little vibe to it. But right now Jake's working on rear wheel conversion so we can make 1919 mag wheels that we actually made the spacers for. We have a couple of them laying around the shop. But so today's teardown day on this thing, so let's take it apart.
I'm Jake. I work on all this stuff over here. Today we're tearing apart this 02 1200. It's for one of Mark's buddies. Does a lot of stuff over at Milestone. So we're gonna turn this thing into that street tracker. It's a really, really clean bike, so I'm trying to be very careful on everything I take apart. There's a lot of good stuff on here. It's only got like 2,200 original miles, which is really hard to find. So yeah, hopefully by the end of the day we'll have this apart and go from there, man. So usually when I'm taking a bike apart, I'll start from top to bottom and kind of work my way down. If it's got nice clean tins like this one, I'll make sure to take extra care and take that stuff off first and put it in a safe place. Like I said, this one's really clean, so it's hard to find stuff in good shape, and whether it gets capped or it goes to someone else, it's nice to have it, you know, intact, not scratched, and just nice and pretty. If the bike's in not the best shape, there's a lot of stuff that just gets cut and torn, wires clipped. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's stripped or whatever, you use a cutoff wheel and just take it apart. But something like this, you know, I mean, just how clear the taillight lens is, you know, you just, I don't know, I feel a lot better about being gentle on it and making sure that it's coming apart nicely. So the tail section on this is gonna get completely cut off. Basically right behind, once we get these covers off, you'll see right behind where the strut mounts, or the shock mounts on the strut, and we'll put a Saddleman bolt in the tail section. It bolts through right here, and it's got a full bracket piece that mounts on. They make a really good kit for that. It makes it so that anybody who's wanting to build a flat track bike can have that good look and do it affordably and without much labor. So check them out. I've done on other bikes before is there's a couple main wires that you can save out of the original harness, mainly like stator wire, regulator wire, all that kind of the core ones, you know, obviously your negative, some of your power wires from the starter. By repurposing those, if they're in good shape, they're not corroded or anything, you can save yourself a lot of time and a lot of money on extra wiring. So if it's this case, we're doing a whole new harness on this, so I'm not going to reuse any of it. But if you're doing this at home, it's a good way to save a couple bucks.
So that's a wrap on this thing. Tore the whole thing down. Tomorrow's gonna be all the fab work, cutting off all the bullshit on it. And then once it's ready, we'll take it to powder coat and get the colors down. And then from there, we're gonna build up a whole tracker. So that's basically what we start with when we build our trackers. And Jake kind of killed it here as usual. And I guess next episode, hopefully, we will have the next stage of this is just putting it together. So that's a wrap this week. We survived. It's been a long fucking hot week. And basically, this whole episode's almost building the van. So my goal is to finish this thing within 2 weeks, fully done, wrapped, ready to go to events, hopefully to the Milwaukee 115th and sell you guys some stuff. But thank you for tuning in, and I guess we'll see you guys next week.